Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Gianluca Massi speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope Project in Italy, and it's a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon sharing with you this interesting planetary parade. So, first of all, let me thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope Project, and they are Software Bisq, C-Web, and Telescope Live. Before I start, I have to tell you that unfortunately weather this evening is cloudy. I must say that this winter, it's winter right now in Italy, weather has been really bad with very few clear nights over the last 3 months. And even this evening we have clouds, so unfortunately we cannot start the live images as we scheduled, but luckily enough yesterday, even if the sky was far from being perfect, I could capture images of all the planets we have out there right now. So let's start this event. Before I share those images with a quick reminder about what is going on right now in the sky, I want to share with you this simulator. So understand, this is a simulation, this is a software, the Sky X Pro software, making possible for us to simulate what is going on right now. As you can see here on the upper left, this is the local time here in Italy. I am sitting in Rome, and here we just enjoy the sunset, even if a cloudy one. And as you can see here, there are several solar system objects in the western direction, where the glare of the sun is so important. You can see the moon here, okay? This black disk. Then you have Saturn, the ringed planet. Then you have Mercury here, as you can see, the innermost planet in our solar system, the closest to the sun. And then you have Neptune here, that is the most distant planet from the sun. And here you have planet Venus, as you can see. This is a simulation just showing you what is happening right now in the sky. So we call this interesting astronomical event a parade. I prefer using the parade term instead of alignment, because when you say that there is an alignment, a planetary alignment in the sky, you give the impression that all the planets, all the visible planets participating to that alignment are back to back. That is, every planet behind the shoulder of the previous one, on the same line of sight. That is, in the very same spot of the sky, just one behind the other. This is, I mean, at least to me, the idea that I have if I hear the word alignment. I prefer to use the word parade. While you have all the planets visible at the same time, they are spread over a large portion of the sky, ranging from the very west to mid-east, I would say. So a lot of space just just involving all this parade, which is very different from the idea of an alignment concentrated in a very small spot of the sky. I hope that this made clear what I had in mind. That said, this still is a very interesting, truly amazing object, okay? A very interesting event. This is why the Virtual Telescope Project really wanted to bring this to you, and here we are. As I said, unfortunately, weather is not clear here, so we will not see live images from tonight, but luckily enough I have images from yesterday, because I checked the weather and I saw that tonight conditions were going to be unfair, and I preferred to secure some images, and I'm going to show you all of them. Unfortunately, yesterday the moon was not there and we will miss it. And but just wait for one day, and tomorrow you will see the moon very easily by naked eye, part of the parade. Very luckily, today was the last day to spot Saturn, because day after day Saturn, as seen from the Earth, is just moving into the solar glare. Of course, it is very far away behind the Sun, but as a matter of perspective, Saturn is just slowly moving into the solar glare, making its vision impossible from the ground. This is why today basically was the last day to hopefully see Saturn. Anyway, let's go and enjoy what we have here, my friends. So I want to start sharing with you this, let me see, this image, which was taken actually in January, but look at this image. Those of you already friends of the Virtual Telescope project will remember that 1 month ago we hosted a very successful at the time, because it was clear, live feed covering the parade visible at the time, and we said in January that the missing planet was Mercury. We had to wait for 1 month to have Mercury joining the parade, and right now, just to keep this clear, all the planets in the solar system are visible at the same time, okay? But this picture taken last January is still amazing to me, because if you look at it carefully, you can see, just reading the names, Saturn, you can see Venus, you can see Jupiter, you can see Mars, all the planets visible to the naked eye. And for the record, there is a very bright meteor on the upper part of the picture. So this is a nice image displaying the parade already happening, not complete. As I said, Mercury was missing 1 month ago. So right now, Mercury is in the sky, in the evening sky, with his old friends, while, as I mentioned earlier, we are losing planet Saturn. So let me share with you what I captured yesterday. Look at this picture, my friend. This is the first image of the planetary parade I will share with you. Keep in mind, this image was taken, I took this image yesterday, that is 24 hours ago, and I feel lucky that I decided to took these images, because tonight the sky from Italy, the central Italy where my telescopes are, in Manciano and Tuscany, the clouds are just over there, over the sky, so nothing visible tonight. Here it is, this image. I don't know if this image looks interesting or not to you, but trust me, there is something very special in this picture, and now I will try to extract this. Because if I adjust brightness, contrast, at some point, and I will try to bring it to your attention, you will see a pale dot of light. Let me see if I can enlarge the image a bit, my friends. Here we are. It's not easy, and I say to you, spotting planet Saturn is right now very complex, but the dot, the pale dot of light you see in the center of this image, a zoomed image, is planet Saturn, my friend. This image was taken yesterday. I repeat this from time to time because at the Virtual Telescope we want to make sure that you understand what you are seeing. These images were taken yesterday thanks to our robotic telescopes. And that that dot of light, faint dot of light, just covered by clouds, look at the many clouds, it's planet Saturn. I had to really push contrast, and look how the clouds are looking now, in order to extract this very faint dot of light. But as I say to you, I'm happy because this is planet Saturn which was not easy to record. So here we are with planet Saturn visible through this image taken yesterday thanks to the Virtual Telescope project, and it is the first planet, the most difficult one I would say, of this parade. Okay friends, let's go and let's try to look at the other image. If you remember what I shared here, again, let me just enlarge the simulator. Here we are. This is the situation this evening. Yesterday, this was the situation. It was more or less this time. Okay, let's keep the simulator set on today. But the moon yesterday was not visible. Anyway, thanks to my backup image taken yesterday while the sky was a bit better than this evening, we spotted that faint dot of light, and it is Saturn. A few degrees above Mercury, we can see, a few degrees above Saturn, we can see planet Mercury. Mercury is the innermost planet in our solar system, and it is visible only at twilight, okay? Never in the middle of the night, because being its orbit inside the orbit of the Earth, the geometry is not making possible for us to see Mercury in the middle of the night, that is on the opposite direction than the Sun, because we have to look where the Sun is to see an object orbiting close to the Sun like Mercury. That said, through the simulator, this is a simulation, let's go and see the image I captured yesterday of this planet. So back to the image. This is again Saturn, the faint dot of light, and I want to share with you the new image. Okay, my friends. Let's go with Mercury. Here it is. Let me reset all the settings. Look here. I love this image with the trees on the hill and a very bright, this time, dot of light. That is planet Mercury. Let me show the image at the original scale. This is planet Mercury, my friends. Again, an image taken yesterday. You can enjoy the light of this planet while it is gently playing with these clouds. Unfortunately, this evening clouds are much stronger. This is why we are not seeing live images. But this object here is planet Mercury. So, after Saturn, right now we are seeing Mercury, my friends. And this time it's visible pretty well because it's very bright, very bright. About 10 times, more or less 10 times brighter than Saturn right now. And in fact, it is much easier to see, not only because when I imaged Mercury here, it was without serious clouds like Saturn, but mainly because it's about 10 times brighter now, and also because it is imaged here against a darker sky than Saturn, because being Saturn lower in the sky at sunset, it is well inside the solar glare, making contrast of Saturn against the sky background critical, and even with clouds the situation is even worse while here, while I was imaging Mercury, not only Mercury was about 10 times brighter, but it was also imaged with a darker sky in the background, making things much easier, my friends. Now it is time for us to spot another difficult object. While Mercury here is the innermost planet, the outermost planet is Neptune. Again, I want to show you the simulator here so you understand what we are doing. Let me switch to the simulator. Here we are. And look where Neptune is, in the very same direction, just a couple of degrees away from Mercury. But while Mercury, I repeat, is the innermost planet, the first planet starting from the Sun, the last one is Neptune, and here it is, Neptune. Neptune is much, much fainter than Mercury, more than 200 times fainter. I would say almost 500 times fainter, just making a quick calculation by mind. And I will try to show you an image of Neptune, which was very critical to image because it's so much fainter, almost 500 times fainter than Mercury, and very low in the sky. So here it is, the image. Very likely you don't see anything serious here. Where is Mercury? Where is Neptune? Sorry. I will try to underline, playing a bit with contrast and brightness in the image, to hopefully find this pale planet. And at last, here we have it. Like with Mercury, I am really forcing, too much contrast and brightness. And the pale dot of light close to the center, my friends, the center of the image, okay, is planet Neptune. Let me switch. Here it is. So the pale dot of light you see here in the center of the image is planet Neptune. I underline that Neptune is the more distant planet, the last planet, if you leave from the Sun, starting with Mercury, which was the planet we enjoyed earlier. The planetary sequence ends with Neptune. And as seen from the Earth, it is about 500 times fainter than Mercury at the time of our image, that is these very days. So that pale dot is Neptune, okay? You have to keep in mind that planet Neptune is 30 times more distant from the Sun than our Earth. This is amazing if you just consider this. It's about 4.5 billions of kilometers from us while we are speaking. And it was not easy to capture this very pale dot of light. I will try to enlarge it a bit. And that pale dot of light is Neptune, my friends. In the center of the image, you can see other stars, for example, on the bottom right corner there is another dot of light that is a star in the same field of view, but the planet is the dot closer to the center. Okay? Then we have to visit planet Uranus. Let me show you again the simulator so that you understand the relative positions. Sorry. Before moving to Uranus, if you continue looking rising from the horizon, we had Saturn, Mercury, Neptune seconds ago, and then you have Venus. Venus is by far the brightest object in the night sky after the moon, and if you have been seeing a very bright object in the western direction after sunset, that is Venus for sure. From time to time, a very sharp moon crescent has been making a wonderful sight with Venus, and it is time for us to go and look for Venus. Very bright this time. Here it is. Of course, we have to adjust brightness and contrast. Here it is, my friends. At least this time we have a very sharp, very bright object. After really working hard to spot the very pale Saturn, with Mercury we had fun, very pale Neptune, now we have the dazzling planet Venus here, my friends, dominating the western sky soon after sunset. It has been doing so for many weeks, and at some point you will not see Venus anymore at evening because it will be moving to the morning into the morning sky. So this is Venus, and let me start sharing with you Venus, my friends. Here it is. How bright this object is. I repeat, Venus is the brightest object in the night sky after the moon. This is why it is so easy for us to see it. That is amazing, my friends, really. It is now time, after contemplating this gem for a while, to move ahead and have a look of the next planet. So back to the simulator, friends, and look where planet Uranus is. We have been looking at Venus, okay? I now reduce the zoom here. The blue line here is the ecliptic, that is the projection in the sky of the orbit of the Earth, and you see that planets, the moon as well, are showing very close to the ecliptic. This is absolutely true, and it is, I would say, obvious because planets out there are orbiting around the sun on planes which are very similar placed in space as the plane hosting the orbit of the Earth. So when you look to the other planets from the Earth, basically they share the same region of the sky as the ecliptic. And this is why you have the parade impression. Otherwise, having 6 planets scattered, 7 planets scattered everywhere in the sky, of course, while interesting, you don't have the impression of a parade. So the parade condition is forced, is a constraint coming from the fact, as I said, that orbits of the planets are basically on very similar planes in space. Okay? So, moving along the ecliptic, we have seen Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Venus, and now here we have Uranus, okay? Which is at the naked eye limit. So, if you have a very dark sky and you have a very good sight, you can try to see Uranus by naked eye. I tried a few times without success, I must admit. So, back to our backup images. I repeat, the images I'm sharing were taken by me yesterday. Not tonight, because tonight the weather is not clear. Now loading the new image, and the bright dot you see in the center of the image is planet Uranus, my friends. So happy that at least thanks to these backup images we are enjoying planet after planet, step by step, this interesting parade. And after looking planet Uranus, what's next? Let's check on the simulator. Here we are. And you see that we are moving basically from west to east along the ecliptic, okay? The projection in the sky of the orbit of the Earth. And after Uranus, we find the bright planet Jupiter. Let's go and see Jupiter here. Here we are. I want you see this image with this zoom factor. Of course, the very bright object on the top is Jupiter, while the bright star on the bottom is Aldebaran, the brightest star in Taurus, the zodiacal constellation of Taurus, the bull. Now let's go and concentrate on Jupiter. Sorry, perhaps I left the simulator. I apologize. I'm going to fix this in a second. So friends, here it is, the image showing Jupiter. Jupiter is the brightest object in the image on the top, while the bright star on the bottom, red color, is the famous Aldebaran star, the brightest star in the zodiacal constellation of Taurus, the bull. It's amazing to see how you have how you can have the impression that Jupiter and a star, Aldebaran in this case, but many other stars all around, are at the same distance, but of course stars are very far away behind, as a background, Jupiter. Now let me go and concentrate on the planet. Let me see if I can make the image darker. Here we are. Yes. And the bright objects on the right are two of the Galilean moons of this giant, the largest planet in our solar system, the king of the solar system, the biggest planet in our planetary family, my friends. That said, we are left with the last object, okay? Okay, the next object is Mars, the last one of the parade, by the way. Jupiter has almost 100 moons, and the four largest ones are those discovered by Galileo more than 4 centuries ago, for the record, as they say. So look where Mars is on the simulator, okay? Here it is, the red planet. This time I will make sure that we are back on the image before I load the Mars image here. Here it is, my friends, the red planet. Planet Mars. The last planet of the parade, because we started from the western horizon with Saturn, okay, then Mercury, then Neptune, then Venus, then Uranus, then Jupiter, and now here it is, planet Mars. How beautiful it is. But I have a little surprise here, because if I reduce the enlargement, we have the opportunity also to see two bright stars on the right, okay? Those are the twins, my friends, in Gemini. They are, of course, Castor and Pollux. Very beautiful stars. How nice. You see that those stars have very different colors. The bluish one on the bottom is Castor. The reddish one is Pollux. So happy, my friends, that at least I could share with you these backup images I captured yesterday, thanks to the robotic telescopes available at the Virtual Telescope facility in Italy. Without these images, I could not share anything with you, because tonight, as I said, the weather is not good at all for our needs, my friends. So friends, I hope you had fun with our live feed. We shared with you real images taken by us yesterday, so they were, as I said many times, backup images, but still I hope you had a rewarding experience with us. We are always ready to share with you what is happening out there in the sky. I strongly suggest you to subscribe our YouTube channel, so every time we schedule something new, you are advised. So just be sure to click on the bell on our YouTube channel, to make sure you will not miss the next opportunity to explore the beauty of the sky in real time. We are scheduled many great things, including the upcoming total lunar eclipse and many more things. So also join us on Facebook. Look for the Virtual Telescope Project page on Facebook. That said, my friends, I think we had enough. I thank you for joining, for being part of this live feed, and I wish you the very best, no matter where you are on this planet. So good day, good morning, good night, and find the time to look up and have your personal experience with the night sky and with the planetary parade. I also want to mention that you can support the Virtual Telescope Project to keep this project alive. You see, we share everything for free. We ask for no money, but of course, covering expenses is not easy for us. So you can contribute if you like what we do. Visit www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate. And I want to thank those very few friends supporting us this way, making possible for us to pay bills and keep this project alive. As I say many times, we don't want people paying for accessing our activities, and this is possible if someone supports our project this way. So visit www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate. Thank you very much, my friends. Keep looking up and take care of yourselves.